The southern Rocky Mountains are just spectacular. While the geography is very similar to the Rockies in Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado, these mountains have different ecosystems than those to the north. Here, the southwestern white pine sees its northernmost range. The Rocky Mountain white fir grows large, and the tree line is higher, near 12,000 feet. There are similarities to the forests of the north. Aspen, Engelmann spruce, and a species of subalpine fir called corkbark fir dominate elevations over about 10,000 feet. This is the fragrant spruce-fir ecosystem, the frigid subalpine zone. And as Rosie's trying to demonstrate right now, the snow pretty deep out in this little meadow. These meadows are common up in the high elevations where the subalpine forests are. Very deep snow all the way through the winter, and so the trees tend to not be able to grow very well in these areas. Also very moist. You come back in the summertime, there's lots of grass and wildflowers here. Just a beautiful place. So it's not all spruce and fir here on this trail. In fact, this is a limber pine, and if you bend its branches, you can see why it's called a limber pine. These grow in the higher elevations of the Rocky Mountains, although there are fewer and farther between in these mountains just east of Santa Fe. But these trees, as limber as they are, can hold lots of snow, as you see. During the last ice age, which ended about 10,000 years ago, these subalpine forests covered much of North America where the ice didn't exist. But when the ice retreated north and the land warmed, the spruce and fir had nowhere to go but up in these mountains. They're essentially islands, but in places west and south of here, they're dying. Rapid global warming is leading to an explosion of tree-eating insects. And here is the corkbark fir. This is a very special tree. These trees are related to all of the firs. They're all related to each other, but believe it or not, related to the balsam firs that live all along the northern part of the United States and up into New England. This tree is the corkbark fir, and it's adapted to the southern Rockies. Very kind of corky, thick bark, very similar needles as to most firs. This tree takes about 50 years to form cones, which means that it doesn't reproduce very quickly. And there are parts of the Rocky Mountains, the southern Rockies, all the way from Colorado down through New Mexico, where these trees are having a very hard time because of climate change, drier conditions, warmer winters. And but as you look out across this forest, the firs in this forest are doing pretty well. This day turned out to be too much for Rosie. Her feet froze, and so did mine. The tips of my fingers are still numb. But we'll be back, and we'll show you the view from the top. So till next time.